Okay, so you may be wondering, what happened? I mean, I used to be in some small ass place where there was nothing going on, and just basically old people walking around and waiting until they die, and here we are. Well, this is the story of how I moved to Montreal. Okay, so first of all, why did I move to Montreal? Well, it's pretty self-explanatory if you know a thing or two about the place. So, whenever we're thinking about Canada, there's a couple places you're gonna think of, and Montreal is gonna be one of those places. Why? Well, they have good food, they have cool people, and for parkour they have very good spots. There's a whole bunch of other things, but these are the main points. So parkour spots, let's talk about that a little bit. There's absolutely none in Elmer/Gatineau, where I was living. Ottawa, there were some, and there was a small community as well. But compared to Montreal, it's nothing. Here, there's a spot at every corner of a street. You're easily gonna find people to train with, there's people always training. So, kinda sounds like a dream come true for almost every athlete, right? Well, yeah, but there is one issue, and I may or may not be facing it right now. Winter. I don't need to say much more than that. It's cold, there's snow, there's ice, and for some reason, everybody feels extremely depressed. Well, it may be because there's no sun, because whenever you go outside, you gotta put on like 20 layers, and you gotta put on big boots, and you gotta buy a bunch of new items. It's not exactly fun for anyone. Although, the snow is nice, whenever you're properly dressed, and the ice can be fun if you like to skate. But the other kind of skaters really don't like it. Let's just say rails, a little bit too slippery for them. And same goes for us. The walls are completely covered with ice, and if it's not ice, then there's a bunch of snow, and even if you remove all this snow, which, you can't use to train with, but most of the time, even if you remove the snow, it's still gonna be quite cold. If there's snow, it's at least sub-zero, which basically means it's fucking freezing. And if there's snow, then there's most likely ice, so, you can't use normal shoes, you gotta use boots. That's the end of my rant on Montreal winter. So, let's get into this. Why I moved to Montreal? Well, a lot of things happened, but the main thing is, I no longer had a home where I lived, and I need to find a new one. I also was turning 18 on the 12th of September. The date that I decided to move to Montreal was the 1st of September. It was gonna be the 1st of October, but let's just say things sped up a little bit faster than I expected. So I found a place, I said, I'm taking it, paid for 3 months, and then I was set. All my stuff was brought here, and adios, that was it. So, what next? Well, now I'm in Montreal, and I can train with a lot of the people which I enjoy training with, including Jer and Jake. I recommend you go check out Team Zorb. It's a team that Jake and a couple of other athletes from Montreal made recently. Very good videos thus far. So now I have all the time in the world. I'm not studying. I'm not working a traditional job. And, well, what do you know? I have all the time in the world to train. Except now it's winter season. Except thankfully, I recorded quite a lot from the 1st of September all the way till now, the 6th of December. Quite a lot of footage. Most of it is in chunks, and not a lot of it has commentary, so I'm just gonna do it now. What you're seeing are basically just a bunch of clips coming from different times. There are some which were part of the first part, which are from the first training. You can see that there was quite a lot of progress made. A video called How I Learned the Backflip, or my backflip progression, is going to be coming out quite soon. It just needs to be edited. And there's a whole bunch of other videos coming too with the Hero 9 Black, as you saw in my previous video. A lot of training in the gym, which there's only going to be more of because of winter. A good amount of training at some iconic Montreal spots. And all of it was, for the most part, with a bunch of Montreal athletes. It's been quite an enjoyable experience thus far. I will say it was definitely much bigger than expected. Everything is close in Montreal. Everything is somehow cooler, and there's just a bunch of spots and a bunch of people to train with. Nothing more to say. Alright, enjoy the rest of the video. Peace.
and take notes while I take coke of the marijuana smoke. So you in the choke, don't smoke. Ricky supposed to mayor, the rap slayer, the hooker layer, motherfucker say your prayers. Hail Mary, full of grace. Smack the bitch in the face, take her Gucci bag, and a North Face off her back. That way it's back. Funny with the money, oh you got me mistaken, honey. I don't wanna rape ya, I just want the paper. The pizza, I'm out like the vapor. Who's the one you're playing, Mr. Rondo? The head honcho, split this like Kumacho. I got those, Masala should be down with the stylistic. Make up the breakup, niggas need to wake up. Slow it Indonesia, eat it to a teaser. Then fuck your mom, it's the key to amnesia. She don't remember shit, just the 2 hits. Her hitting the floor, and me hitting the split. Sucking on the dick, had to hook up begging for the dick. And your mom said, puppy love, my dick got rock quick. I guess I was a combination of House of Pain and Bobby Brown. I was humping around and jumping around. After then I asked her who the man is, the B.I.G. Then I bust in her E.Y.E. Get dead wrong.
Yes, bro. Let's go. Yes, let's go.
Oui, le gros des gens, ils m'ont dit qu'il était déçu de leur expérience à l'université. des gens qui font l'artisme aussi.
Monsieur Valois.
Sur mon ordi, je peux tout faire des fois, mais il y a tout.
Il y a tellement ça.
Mon man, c'est pointé. Il a fait de Barani, il a fait de la gymnastique dans tout le temps.
We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give up.